All right. Hi, and we're back. So I am now going to do the November readings for the signs Libra through Pisces. But, true to form, I'm going to just start it off with another poem. And this one is called Inspiration. Inspiration is disturbing. She does not believe in guarantees or insurance or strict schedules. She is not interested in how well you write your grant proposal, or what you do for a living, or why you are too busy to see her. She will be there when you need her, but you have to take it on trust. Surrender. She knows when you need her better than you do. So just in case you needed some inspiration today. Okay, so this is for Libra. The scales, the balanced. Libra is all about beauty and balance and just things, if you have a Libra in your life, they will probably be very attractive, live in beautiful surroundings. They make things very beautiful. They're an air sign. And all right, so let's get a card for our Libra friends. And with any of these, it can be your sun sign, it can be your moon sign, your rising, or even your Venus. And maybe you're watching for somebody else. And if you want to get a little more insight, if you're going, I have no idea what my Venus is in, we can do a reading. Oh, here it is. Okay. But you can sign up for a personal reading. That link will be in the comments. And it's also in the description. Okay, so this is a major arcana card. This is justice. And in the tarot deck, they have two decks. There's a major arcana, which tells a story. It goes from 0 to 21. So there's 22 cards. And then there's the minor arcana. And each will tell a story, but the major ones have a little more energy to them. And they're who the fool encounters on his journey. So the fool's journey starts at 0 and it goes through the magician, the high priestess, the whole thing, through the wheel of fortune, justice, death, courage, all the way till it gets to the world at the end. So this one he encounters a little closer to the beginning. This is justice. And justice is, he gets that right at the beginning. Justice, yeah, there it is, number 11. I had to think about that. So this is, and it's interesting because it has the Libra energy. You can see the scales in it. So this card already is about Libra. But this often symbolizes a clear and level-headed thinker, which a lot of Libras are, able to use deduction to figure out a fair outcome. This is also the way that you might look at the pros and cons of a situation, the way you will balance out what's good, what is worth keeping, what isn't worth keeping. It can be actually about legal documents, or if you have something along those lines that are going to be decided. And when it comes in an upright position like this, it generally means it's going to be a positive outcome. So basically, this is about the truth coming out. This is about justice, not in the sense of winning or losing, but in the balances of the scales of equanimity, as opposed to win and lose, or win and win, or lose and lose. This is about a balanced approach and generally a favorable outcome. All right, so for a little bit of guidance for Libra. Oh, hi there. Okay. And this one says, chance. Take the leap. Divine protection is always by your side. So perhaps if there is something legal or some sort of agreement that is coming up, or might be coming up, or you're wondering about, odds are it is going to be a favorable outcome. But you also need to let go of your your attachments, to how you control it. The only thing that you get to control is you and how you show up in a situation. And if you're behaving fairly and equitably and, you know, looking for the greater good for all and not just what's good for your ego at this moment, then things are going to go all right. Okay, so that was for Libra. And then we're going to move on to Scorpio. Now, Scorpios are pretty intense. They are water energy. And if you've ever seen a scorpion, you know that they have a stinger. Scorpios like power. They can be a little secretive. And it's funny, I have a friend who's a Scorpio, and we would joke back and forth. And the joke would be, I said, "Oh, Joe, you are so powerful and sexy." And she'd be like, "And your hair looks fabulous." And we'd both be happy. So there would be like the big difference between Scorpios and Leos. Scorpios care about real power. They don't care so much about the superficial. They are deep, and they care about what's really going on. All right. So there's Scorpio. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? All right. So my Scorpio friends, here we have the devil. And, you know, the devil is all about the sort of baser qualities in us. And as much as we would like to think, well, this isn't part of my life, everyone has this in them. There is always that shadow side, that ability to, or the part of you especially comes out when you're tired or stressed or just, you know, spread too thin. You can fall into the devil, and, you know, he likes pleasure and lust and desire. So this talks about just that need for the material well-being, the things that look good, that feel good. And there isn't, you know, anything necessarily wrong with that. It just depends on your attitude towards it. So what this card warns about is the dangers that come with the excess, or the getting caught up in this lovely sensual pleasure to the point where you lose yourself, to the point where it blinds you to the path that you want to be on your life. And this could be, you know, a situation in your life. This could be an aspect of yourself. This could be a person in your life. And that person will be someone who really just doesn't care so much about important things. It's all about, how do I look? What car am I driving? You know, am I completely pulled together on the outside? What do other people think of me? So this can be a person. It can also be an aspect of yourself. And I said, as much as we would all like to say, well, I'm going to take the high road on this, and I don't get caught up in that, and I don't care what other people think. You know, we do sometimes, and some of us more than others. So this also talks about relationships and really deep sensual pleasure. So it's kind of an interesting card to come up for Scorpio. So what it's basically saying here is to watch where you might be getting, you know, kind of caught up and losing your perspective on what's going on in the world and what's going on in your world, and what is for the greater good, and, you know, just where you might be caught up in what other people think, or what, you know, what you really like, or what you just want for yourself. And the sort of the litmus test is where you start only thinking of yourself, and you just don't give a damn what anybody else thinks, because you're going to do this for yourself because, and I mean, that's, you know, it's fine to do stuff like that as long as you're not causing harm to other people or ultimately harm to yourself. Like today, for instance, me and the leftover Halloween candy, I thought, well, I'm not even going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to have these. But awareness and knowing what's actually going on with you can give you the ability to know when you're just doing something for fun and pleasure, and it's, you know, it's good. And then you know when you cross that line, or you'll get an inkling or an intuition that when you cross that line, and the sensual pleasure, the sex, the thing, the money, whatever the seduction is, becomes more than what it actually is, and becomes to be something that you consider more important than things that really should be placed up a little bit higher in your priorities. Okay, so let me just get one. Oh, okay. All right, and the guidance card that came up for that is called Ask. So when we call upon the divine for guidance and support, we will receive a response. Spiritual signposts will be put in our path to guide us to the higher good. So if you're wondering, am I indulging too much? And, has the holiday season started? And am I using that as a reason to start drinking before 10, or to, whatever it is, offer it up. Ask, do I need help? Am I okay? Am I on the ground? But don't try to necessarily figure it out, especially in your head. Don't try to think your way out of it. Really surrender, offer it up. You can also ask friends, but ask your whatever you have for a higher power, love, the universe, God, goddess, whatever it is, and really just check in with yourself. All right, so that was for Scorpio. And moving on, Sagittarius, and this is the Archer, and this is another fire sign. Sagittariuses are quite charming. They will work hard. They are represented by the Archer. So let me just get something for Sagittarius here. All our little bit of fire energy on this cold day. Actually, it's not so bad out here. Here we go. All right. For Sagittarius, we have the Page of Pentacles. Excuse me. I made some kombucha. It has a little vinegary, and I got a little bit of it in my throat. It's like, I probably let it brew a bit too long. All right, so pages are messengers, and pentacles are earth energy. So the Page of Pentacles it talks a lot about patience, and it's a lot about craftsmanship. So you can see at the top here, she's looking through the thing that she's made and taking pride in it. It's also about understanding, pleasures in the physical world. This is earthy emotions that you get through pleasure and touch. It also talks about connecting with the pleasures of the earth, so the harvests, the actual soil, and just, metaphorically connecting to Mother Earth. And this is a time of year where connecting to the earth might really mean the time to start drawing inward, and know that, just as nature, if you're in the northern hemisphere, this is autumn, and the days are getting shorter. We've just had daylight savings, and nature is starting to pull in. So this connection to Mother Earth at this time of the year might be a sign to pull in, to bring your resources in. This is coming into a time for reflection. We're about 7 weeks away from the solstice, which will be equal night and day, and that is the sign really to go within, to find the wisdom that is on the inside that we don't always see. So it's a lower energy, but it's not less important. So this is where, the trees are putting their energy into the roots, that they're letting go of their leaves. And one of the nicest quotes that I saw about that was that, all the trees, well, the deciduous trees, are losing their leaves, and not one of them is worried. But it's that ability to know what to let go of and what to hang on to. So this talks about coming into a new stage in your life, to tap into the power of the earth. And right now, perhaps the introspection, although if you're in Australia, that could mean something is being birthed, because it's spring there. So this is about creation. So maybe this is something that is going to go on inside and come up at a time in the future. It might seem on the outside that everything is in flux and moving. And what this card talks about is connecting with the stillness and the intuitive creativity, what is going on inside. And that stuff doesn't show up on command. That stuff isn't like, okay, I want to be creative now. Boom. Doesn't go that way. So this is, finding that patience and that deep connection with the earth to, discover what it is, what is going on, what is asking to be created through you. And then I'll just get one more little card there for some guidance. Just one card. All right. Mirror. So what this says is learn to see God's presence in everyone you meet. So going with the, the Mother Earth energy here is, I would say for you, Sagittarius, is to really look for the divine or what is sacred or what love or whatever it is for you. Look for that in nature. Look for that connection where it connects with you and where you are connected to the earth. So whether that means going out, taking a look at the leaves, looking at the garden, getting to the shore, whatever speaks to you, but then going out there, finding some quiet and noticing what it is that speaks, that is wanting to be heard, that is wanting to be created, that is ready to come forth, and connecting with the divine in you and in the world around you and discovering it that way. All right, so that's for Sagittarius. Moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, the goat, the hardest working people. Well, look at that. That one just popped right out. Didn't even have to try there. All right, so this is the Queen of Pentacles, and she really is Mother Earth. She is all about fertility. And I mean, if you look at her here, it's like the earth is like she's pregnant with the earth. So she is all about earth and grounding and sensual pleasures in the body. She's warm-hearted. She's surrounded with luxury and wealth. She likes beautiful clothes, good friends, good food. She has a great business sense. She's practical. She's good with money. Pentacles are also about money. You can see the gold in there. So this talks about a time of material wealth and beautiful things as a reward for hard work. Because Pentacles, like I said, they are earthy. They're connected to work, but also sensual pleasures as well. So she's, like I said, is one with nature. She's this beautiful Mother Earth, feminine energy. She's sort of like the Empress in the major arcana, but just a more pentacle, more. I don't want to say lesser, and I just can't get another word out of my head. But it's a different version of the Empress, who is basically Mother Earth. All right. So for Capricorn, you have got this lovely material creativity that's based in a pragmatic, great business sense. So it sounds like you're bringing something and bringing an aspect to yourself. It's time to bring it forward. And if you don't feel like that, then maybe check with other people and see if they see that in you. Because oftentimes we can't often see our gifts, and we don't always have the best idea of how other people perceive us. And we spend a lot of our time being hard on ourselves. Sometimes you just need to hear from people who can see you a little better than you can sometimes see yourself. All right. The card, just to give you a little clarity on that, is quiet. And this is turn off the noise. Silence nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. So, get connected to this beautiful, earthy, feminine, intelligent business, wealthy part of yourself. And like I said, if you can't see it, do it through something quiet. Go sit quietly, turn off your phone, turn off your computer, turn off your screens, and just maybe sit. Don't worry about doing anything. Just be. Just think about being. Or don't even think. Just be. And see what comes up. See what it is that is within you, that is this beautiful, sensual part of yourself that is ready to be born. All right, so that was for Capricorn, and we're going to move on to Aquarius. And Aquarians are wonderful, creative, unique, really unique thinking. They are the water bearer. They flow. They're free spirits. You know, the age of Aquarius and all that. So this is for the Aquarians watching. Oh, that's interesting. Look who's back. Maybe it's the holiday season. Maybe it's this time of year where we can get caught up in what feels good. You know, it's been hard. We've been, you know, this pandemic, no matter what your situation has been difficult, and there's a whole collective trauma going on with it. People are tired. People are, you know, been pushed to their limits and past them. And it's also difficult watching other people suffer. You could say, well, you know, I don't have it so bad. But there's no one that's unaffected by this. And I think part of the reason that the devil has come up twice is that there is a temptation to find a way, because this has been going on for a long time, and this is just outside of what might also be going on in your life. This is just kind of bonus trauma. But when something is hard, and it's been hard for a while, you start to run out of, you know, resources. You know, it was almost cute at the beginning. We were, oh yeah, we're all just going to stay home. It's okay. And as it dragged on from weeks to months, and as it keeps going, you run out of resources. You know, you want to do what's easy because, you know, this has been so hard for so long. So, you know, you're teaching, or you've got kids at home, or you're working and you have kids at home, or whatever it is that you're coping with. This card warns about the danger of starting to rely more and more on those superficial, sensual things that, you know, in the moment make you feel great. And also the idea of really checking in with yourself, and noticing when something that has been wonderful and lovely and, you know, you enjoy, stops becoming something you enjoy and starts becoming something that you need, something that you use to check out and use to numb and to not deal with it. And then when you start to notice that, that's where you want to pay attention. That's where, you know, there's probably been a little voice, that small clear voice inside you that might have been kind of saying, hey, for a little while, and you just didn't want to listen to it because you were tired, and this was hard, and, you know, nobody can be expected to maintain this for this long and still manage not to, whatever it is, drink, gamble, shop. All right, so this is the card that came up as a bit of guidance, and it says shine. It's a step into the light. You are a gift to the world. And oftentimes when we start to numb and we start to check out and say, I can't cope with this right now. I just can't. We devalue ourselves. We think we're not any good. You know, I'm not worth it. I'm not worth that much. You know, nobody really needs me. You know, we get into this whole thing this circle of really, really faulty thinking that just spirals and makes us feel worse and worse. So if you are there, remember that you are a light, you are a gift to the world, and what you're feeling right now does not last. And if you're having a hard time coping right now, and you're using things that are, on the surface might feel good for a moment or just stop the pain for a moment, but ultimately are going to become damaging, reach out, talk to your friends, talk to people who can support you, reach out to people who will not judge you. You can reach out to me, you can get on a clarity call with me, but ask for help. There's help everywhere, and you are a light. And yeah, and if you need to get connected to any resources, again, you can reach out to me. I know a few of them. Okay, so last one, poor Pisces, always at the end. Next time I do this, I'll do Pisces at the beginning and work my way around the other way. Okay. Well, here we go, Pisces. Getting all the heavy cards now. We have got the Death card. And again, one of the things I really like about this card is, if you notice this way, this would be the upright meaning. This is Kali. And if you know who Kali is, she is a Hindu goddess of ego destruction. And if you want to bring Kali energy into your life, be prepared to be kicked to the curb, because she is absolutely ruthless at cutting away the ego from the essential. So the Death card means that something is coming to an end, something that needed to die, something that needed to go away. It could be a way of thinking, it could be a way of looking at the world, it could be a situation in your life, but something is coming to an end. And when it comes out like this, as you notice, there's a baby on the top, is when something has to go for something new to come in. When we talk about changing, and we want to go forward, and we want our lives to be different, we want our situations to be different, whether it's our home, our relationship, our money, we want that to be different. But the only way to make that different is to change yourself. And there's parts of yourself that are invested in keeping you where you are, and will fight tooth and nail to keep you where you are, because that is small and safe, and your subconscious is already set up to make sure that you're safe. And the only way that you're really going to be safe is if you don't do anything and stay where you are, because this is what's known. So what the Death card means, and it's kind of interesting because Pisces are deep and profound, deep thinkers. And as a Pisces, you've probably already examined what it is that needs to go, and knowing that by letting this go, letting whatever it is die, whatever it needs to go, and from that there will be a rebirth. So as I said, we want to change this or that about our lives. We're like, I want to change those things, but I don't want it to be magical. I don't want to actually do anything. I want to stay the same. And then I want just money to come to me, or I want this great relationship to arrive, or I want to have this kind of house or whatever. And those changes don't happen unless you change yourself and you start to dig into and do the deep work, and see what it is that, what part of you is holding you back, what part of you is ready to carry you forward, and what you can let go of and what you can hang on to. All right, so one more guidance card. And here we go. It is honor. Care for your soul. Honor the divinity within you by practicing extreme self-care. So with the letting something die, letting something go, this isn't a time to punish yourself, to give yourself a really hard time, to I have to change this about myself because I'm such a loser, or so, you know, whatever defeatist loop that you have, that type of thinking that you will slide into when you're really feeling down or knocked around and just not your best. Instead, just honor, love the crap out of yourself. Like, self-care, really take care of yourself. Take all that energy that you tend to give to other people and give as much to yourself. We like to, you know, always, especially this time of year, it's like, it's all about be grateful, give more, you know, do more, all that. And that is great. I do have a little bit of problem with these gratitude challenges in November, because it's like, this isn't a sticker board. This isn't, you know, something that you do 1 month of the year. This is a way to exist in the world that is easier and gentler and softer. And just to write down a superficial thing, which, and I mean, I could be wrong, some people might really embody the gratitude that they talk about in November. But finding, you know, that care for yourself, the deep gratitude for yourself as you are. You know, we think, I'll be grateful for my life when it changes, or I'll be grateful for this when it's different, or I'll be grateful for, you know, whatever it is. What if you did it now? You just started to be as grateful as fuck for everything you have right now, even the stuff that you know, I don't think I would have chosen this. But start gratitude towards that. Add a ton of self-love onto that. And then the thing that has to go, so something new can come in your life, will have an easier time going, because you'll have a better idea of what to hang on to that is good and nurturing. And you'll have a better idea of what to let go, which is what needs to leave. And just before I finish up, I did have one more card that came up, and it's the Ace of Wands. And this is fire, creativity. Aces are the potential of a suit. So this is about a new project, an inspiration, the urge to create. So this would be my card for all of us for this next month, is dig into that fire, what the part of you that is dying to be born, that is dying to be created. What is it that you know that you have been tamping down and pretending that isn't there? What part of yourself have you been unable to get to know or experience? Or what is that part of you that you don't dare bring out and show people because you're thinking, oh, it's just silly, that's dumb, no one cares about that, or people will think this or that of me. And it really doesn't matter what other people think. And the people who would tell you something's dumb or ridiculous, or why are you bothering with that, I mean, are those people or voices that you really want to listen to? Anyhow, so I will put in links for this. If you want to get longer readings, and I can do it based on your sign, I can do it with your human design chart. I'm actually offering a new thing this month too, where I do just straight up intuitive reflector readings. And if you don't know what a reflector is, you can Google it for human design. It just means I'm really intuitive and that I can really see you. So I do have links for that. I am going to be announcing a special gift set coming up for the holidays. And I got to pull that together a little bit more. So that's my Ace of Wands. So take care, friends. Go out there and bring into your life the energy that you love, that you want, that you've always been too afraid to step into. Try it on, see what it feels like, and let go what you don't need. And that means situations, people, parts of yourself. Yeah. So that's all I've got for right now. We'll check in later. Enjoy your evening, morning, wherever it is you are. And I will catch you later. Bye, friends.